Hey everyone, this is the Rewriter writing in. For today's video, I want to do a little celebrating. Today, September 1, marks my channel's 1-year anniversary.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
I wanted to make this video with 3 purposes in mind. To explain my small journey to starting my channel, to thank all of you for your support over the year, and to update all of you on where I'm going with this channel. So, let's get into it. Like I've said previously on this channel, I really had no idea if there was any audience for videos like mine. I put out my first video, Batman Arkham Knight Story Rewrite, because I thought that it would be fun to share with people, and I had an enjoyable time writing it. I've always been interested in storytelling, but I never expected to write any stories of my own, simply because I didn't think any story that I wrote would be any good. However, one day, me and my brother were sitting in our room playing Arkham Knight, once again talking about how horrible this story was to us. Something we love to do is bounce ideas off each other about how stories like this could be drastically improved, and I had a more fleshed out idea for a story than I had ever had previously. As I was telling my brother about this story, he kept telling me to write it down. At first, I told him that this was just a concept and that I'd write it down if it were a lot more refined. However, he kept persisting that I write it down, and I finally caved in and wrote it down. I'm glad I ended up writing it down, as this would become the inspiration for my entire channel. Once I wrote my raw thoughts out, I decided to go back to it a few days later and fill in some of the gaps that I felt were missing. As I was writing this down, another game came to me, that being Halo 5, and I started jotting down notes for this story as well, as this was another story that I felt was done terribly. And then one thing led to another, with me eventually deciding that I thought it would be cool to start a YouTube channel with this concept as the basis. Now, this idea of creating a YouTube channel is something that I've toyed with for years, but I never knew exactly what kind of content I wanted to make. In 2016, me and my friend Danny used to play a ton of Halo 5, and we thought about making a channel about us just simply playing the game and having a good time. We would always make each other die laughing when we would play online, which we thought could potentially be entertaining. However, I actually ended up getting cold feet and decided that this wasn't something that I wanted to do. The next idea came to me around 2019, a few months after the game Apex Legends came out. I really wasn't playing the game too much around this time, but I did like the idea of legend concept videos, where YouTubers would highlight community-made legends, explaining their abilities in a brief backstory. I thought that this could make for a cool channel, but I felt like this idea might get stale after only a few videos, so I ended up deciding against it. Over the next year, as I was watching my daily dose of YouTube, I started searching for movie and video game rewrites of stories that I felt were done poorly, and I only came across the occasional 1 or 2 videos, but not very many of the exact videos I was looking for. There are channels that deal with rewritten stories or changing certain things in a particular story to make it more cohesive, but there really weren't any videos of people writing their own stories and reading them to an audience. Finding niches in YouTube is something that has always interested me, and when this passion of mine involving story rewrites was found to be a niche category, I knew that this was the type of content that I wanted to base my channel on. So now that I've explained my brief journey to starting the channel, I want to give a huge thank you to all of you who support me, both on my main channel as well as on my secondary channel. Whenever I put out a new video, especially a rewrite, I'm super curious as to what you all think of it, as I love chatting to you in the comments section. I've gotten loads of helpful feedback over the year that I feel has made my content a bit more bearable to watch, even though you still have to listen to my unbearable voice. But in all seriousness, I do believe that my content has improved, even if it is marginal, and I want to thank all of you for helping me to get here. It's not perfect, of course, but I do think it's heading in the right direction. I started this year with 41 subscribers, and now we have well over 200 subscribers. This is so insane to me, and I can't believe the growth that's been happening. My goal for the end of this year is 300 subscribers, so if you all enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. It really helps the channel out. As well, I've had a blast on my second channel, as discussing topics like comic books, movies, and video games with you all has been really fun. So thank you for everything. And finally, I just want to make a brief update for where my channel is going. I'm not doing anything major, so don't think that I'm going to turn this channel into a Fortnite montage hub, because that's never happening. However, I do want to inform you on what kind of content to expect on this channel going forward, as I haven't posted anything in a few weeks. My plan is this. Because I have branched out to doing different kinds of content aside from just story rewrites, I want to make a bit more of a schedule out of it. This means I'm going to set a goal to put out one video a week with at least 2 story rewrites or unwritten stories a month, and the other 2 videos will be things like reviews, why I love the storytelling of ... and other ideas that come to me. For my second channel, I've been kind of just streaming whenever I feel like it, but this has had some pretty mixed results. Sometimes I get a few of you in the chat and it's really fun because I have some people to hang out with, but other times I get nobody in the chat and it gets a bit boring. Now, I'm not saying this to blame any of you because that would be so stupid. I'm saying this because I want to make my streams at a time that's better so that those of you who want to watch the streams live are able to. My thought is to have them on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and to have them at 7 PM Pacific time. I seem to get a bit more viewership in the evening, as I'm sure most of you work during the day, and when I stream at like noon, most of you are probably not home. Additionally, I'm going to try and play a variety of games at once, so that it doesn't feel like once I've started a new game, every stream is going to be that one game until I finish it. I realize that people have different tastes in games, so I'm going to try and keep it fresh with rotating games. I feel that this will help out my streams and make them a bit more enjoyable to watch. So this is the format that I'm going to try, but please let me know in the comment section if my days and times for streaming will work with you. So that brings this video to its conclusion. Again, thank you all so much for watching my content and supporting me over this past year. It's been really fun getting to know some of you, and I hope that you'll continue to enjoy my content that will be coming out in the future. The link to my second channel is in the description below if any of you want to check it out. Again, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm dedicated to making content that I feel is enjoyable and fun to watch. And here's to another year of content. Thanks again, everyone, and this is the Rewriter, writing out.